Hello and welcome to the next ReeVlog, also known as James tries to get his life in order even though he's bloody failed already. So I am still slightly ill. I've noticed a hacking cough, which is the main giveaway right now. And yeah, I have a lot of work to do because, spoilers, I didn't actually really do any this last week. I really tried really hard and it just didn't work out for me. But that's okay really. I'm doing some work right now, in fact. And so I have written 2 logbooks so far out of the, I think, 12 or 14 I need to do in total by the end of the semester. However, though all of the ones I do, I will need to redo some of them to improve them and all that stuff. But I don't need to have them all done. Oh no. I need to improve one of them to be real big, and then I think 3 others to be bigger but not huge. So I am currently going through to see what is going on with one of my modules, which is the one that I need to do logbooks for. For anyone who is unaware, logbooks are weekly bits of writing, quite short, just logging down in a book. It's not in a book, but you know, what we've done that week. So I'm currently, this last week in that module we were going through, well, the birth of tragedy through music, I think, and it's a really long piece of reading, and it's really boring, and it's not good, so I'm not doing that one. Simple. I've tried. I don't know what I'd write about. But yeah, so I've done the other 2. I'd already written them. I did those the week of, as this week is the week of the tragedy one. No. Next week, I need to see what that is, and I need to do that reading as well at some point. But beforehand, I need to finish all the reading for this week, because I've done the reading for ethics this week. No logbook required. But I need to make sure first, because formative work, which is work that doesn't go towards our final assessment, but we get feedback on to help us with work that goes towards our final assessment, which makes it worthwhile to a degree, even though it's not optional, and it should be optional. That is technically optional, because they very rarely follow up if you don't hand it in my experience. I mean, I've totally handed it all in. Yeah, it's due tomorrow. I've got handed 2. I don't think they have to be revised. That's what I'm currently looking up. And if they do have to be revised, what level of revision they have to be. Because if I do these 2, they're really bad to start with. Then, when I do redo them, even if they're not great, they will be greatly improved. That's my current method of thinking. You can see reflected in the glasses each of my screens at the moment. Pretty cool. But I will continue doing that when I've finished this vlog. I'd like to apologise for the lack of actual content yesterday. Serious content Saturdays, as it should really be known, because these vlogs are not serious content, they're mostly for me. Yeah, I do apologise, really. Don't have much of an excuse. I was real tired. I got up at 5:45 after getting maybe 3 hours sleep. Then I had to go. Then I woke up at 5:45 and I was like for the next 2 hours. Then I got up, made myself a cup of tea. No, I didn't make myself a cup of tea. Made myself some food. Drank some water. Drank some orange juice. Ate my food. Was still like so I couldn't really do much at that point. I waited for my mum to come pick me up so I can go and see my grandparents, because I do that every weekend nearly. And then I had a game of Catan to finish with my granddad. However, he was taking ages with the drill thing, and he didn't ask for help or anything, so I didn't help him out with it to start with. and I went and chatted with my nan and sat down and was like, right, time to do the thing. Then my mum came in and was like, do you want to have a game of Catan? I've never played, but I want to. So I was like, sure. And so I was like, okay, I'll take a picture of the board, how it is, and how many resources each person has, so how many victory points they have, etc., etc., so I can put them all back when we're done. Just cleared away the board, got Mum's stuff set up, started explaining to her how we start. I don't know if I play the rules properly, but I play and it's fun, so that's good, and it's relatively consistent as well. So I started doing that rather than editing the video. Then, my nan came through and told my mum that my granddad asked for some help. So I put everything back whilst my mum went through that, because after he was done that, we were going to continue our game. So I quickly put everything back where it should be, and went through and helped him out. Then he was very confused, so he was like, right, whatever, it's fine, we'll go play the game. I'm just going to go to the toilet first. So I was like, yeah, that's fair. So I sorted out the drill thing without really too much hassle. And then we finished our game, which my mum watched so she could kind of learn before she played. I would highly recommend that, by the way. Watch a game before you play a game, otherwise you're gonna lose. So I won the one against my granddad. Jolly good. But then we had lunch. It was alright. Had some chicken. My nan made it. Not the chicken. She cooked the chicken. She made the meal. Yeah. There was more than just chicken as well. There were vegetables and whatnot. Then there we go. Much better height for this. Then my granddad and my mum and my nan and I agreed to play a game of Catan together as a family. So I reset the board and all that, and I was like, cool. I will now go and help, because my granddad asked me to see about doing his label maker. He's got like a printer for labels for letters and stuff, because it stopped working and he couldn't figure out why. So I went through there and I fixed that whilst they were finished eating, and then my granddad came through and was like, oh, you've done it, yay, whilst my nan was doing washing up. And then we went through to the other room, I call it the cold room, and then we played a game, which my nan won. That was a difficult setup, that Catan board. I like getting development cards, so I ended up with 10 night cards, 1 victory point. That was it. It was quite chaotic, to be honest. I feel as though there are too many night cards in comparison to the other cards, but whatever. So I so would have won if I got a single extra victory point rather than a night card. That's just how the game goes. Because I had the longest road, I had the biggest army, I had a victory point, I had a city, yada yada yada. But then my nan came along and was like, Monopoly card, I'll have all your wood. I was like, great, here you go. Actually, no, it was like, she said, I'll have all your hay. So she upgraded all of her stuff to cities because she had a bunch of rocks. No one had any hay other than my granddad, but he had most of the hay in the game. So she had plenty to go and upgrade her stuff to cities, which took her up to 6 because she had 3 settlements. So she was then on 6 victory points and a victory point card, so she was on 7. Then my granddad stole all the wood, but my nan, because she now had a bunch of cities, was getting nearly as much wood as I was, because I was situated in a very good wood logging location with my one city. And if I had played the game slightly smarter, I could have won. I realised that in hindsight, but hindsight is 20/20, because I had 9 victory points for quite a while, and I never got together the resources I required in order to win. But I could have done, because if I remember correctly, the resources required to turn a settlement into a city, or to build a settlement. Yeah, to go for a city is 2 rocks and 3 hay, or 3 hay and 2 rocks, one or the other. I was not going to get that. Hay was not something I could get, really. So, there. But building a settlement, however, I could get 1 hay, because I was on a port with 2 wood for 1 of anything. So I could have traded 2 of my wood, because I get a bunch of wood, for a hay. Sorry, I have a text from myself. Oh, it's my to-do list for today. Yeah, so trade in 2 wood for 1 hay, trade in 2 more wood for 1 sheep, because I think you need a sheep. I had a rock, then all I need is a brick. No, you don't need a sheep. Trade in the 2 wood for a brick, build another settlement, because I had the longest road, so I had space for a settlement there. Plotted out. However, I didn't do that. I wasn't smart enough at the time. So, my nan, clever as she was like, cool, I will have 5 roads, please. It's like, okay, here you go. And then we both had the longest road. They were equal length. So, I kept the card. And because it was her second game ever, and she's elderly, I was like, if you build another road, you will get the longest road card from me. I just told her that straight up, and she was like, oh, okay. She took it. I was like, okay, I think that ends my turn. And I was like, cool. I was like, okay, so I'm now on 7. Granddad's on 8. And I think Nan's on 9. Let me just count up. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. And she'd got another victory point card. It's like, ah, you win. And then I came back and I planned to have a nap and then do my readings. Well, a friend of mine who I was going to be meeting today said, oh, it's been a long week, can we reschedule? And I was like, yes, we certainly can. It's been a long week for me too. And then, yeah, because of that, I was like, cool, I'll just do my readings tomorrow. And rather than nap, I'm just going to sleep. So I didn't wake up until 9:30-ish. It took me a long time to get to sleep, but I didn't wake up until about 9:30. And, you know, I felt relatively rested, but not awake. And my housemates were doing prees in the other room, so there was all this weird music that I don't really listen to going on. I was like, no, I can't do it. So rather than that, I played Dark Souls until the attack thing on the controller that my housemate has been lending me for the past year sort of just stopped working, and it worries me. And I attacked the Shrine Handmaiden by accident, and it's not good. However, hopefully it will work again next time I play. But yeah, it was 9:30. The videos were meant to go out 7:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday. It didn't happen, so I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I need to get back to work and drink coffee. But I'll catch you cats on the flip-flop, and I realise this has been a rather long and more serious vlog than usual. Stationary, sat at my desk. Phone is actually in a phone holding thing for the purposes of vlogging and other such stuff. This is the setup that I will probably use when I do reviews or anything if I do them again, but we'll see. Regardless, as I've already said, I'll catch you cats on the flip-flop. Let me just say, goodbye.